Hello there! Would you like to know what is coming towards you today? So what is coming in for you in the next 24 hours? We're going to go through each of the star sign. So please pick your sun, moon or rising sign. I definitely say start with your rising, but check out all of them because we are all very different people. We all have different aspects to our life, to ourselves. So it gives you a little bit more of a clearer picture. So we're going to go through them now. So it's just whatever comes out, whatever you need to know today from Spirit. So Aries, what does Aries need to know today? I feel like you're being offered some kindness, some support. And I feel like for many of you, this is literally from family. If it's not literally from family, it's somebody who just cares about you a lot. So a friend or a family member. I do feel like this is after they've seen you come through some struggles, some kind of like you are feeling like you're being pulled down, you're feeling like you're kind of drained. You're kind of like really kind of run through it here. And I do feel like you're trying to look for support at this time. You're like looking for family support. You're looking for like family to help you. And I feel like more than anything, more guidance as well. There is an issue here with communication. I feel like that you've got to a point where you feel like you've just been trying and you just can't overcome this. And I do feel like you do need to change direction. Like if you carry on down the same road, you're just going to be wasting more time and energy. It's just going to drag on and on. You will eventually come to the conclusion of your hard work paying off, but I do feel like this is almost like a reimagining, rethinking, restructuring, looking at something from a new angle. So do accept their help, because I feel like some of you want to kind of reject that help because you want to be strong, you want to just work things out on your own. And you're not really enjoying things going forward here. With the Queen of Cups here, I do feel like you can kind of progress on and you can kind of push through this. You can push forward through this. But you're going to have to emotionally distance yourself from this need to, I need to be strong, I need to take care of myself. And I need to carry on regardless. There's almost an element here of, I don't want to quit. I don't want to stop doing this because that means I failed, and I don't want to fail because I've got such an emotional attachment to the idea and the concept of failing. But you are getting momentum here, you're getting movement forward. You just don't see it yet because you're getting lack of communication. So do accept this help, accept this help from this family member, because this is going to help you so much. It's going to help you to kind of regain your strength, regain your energy, and get to that point where you can just progress forward and carry on. So I hope that helps you out, Aries. We're going to move on next to Taurus. So what does the Tauruses need to know today? What does Taurus need to know today? So I feel like for here, your hard work is starting to pay off, and you'll start to see over the next few days or next week or so, you'll start to actually see the fruits of your labour coming in, and you'll be getting that confidence up. You'll be like, you know what, I'm really proud of myself. I really achieved this. I've really kind of done really well. I do feel like many of you Tauruses, this is either to do with finances or money, particularly, that you're manifesting in more money or better finances in general, and that is really helping to boost your confidence. Be careful about communicating it. I almost feel like this is a warning saying you need not to communicate at this time. Don't communicate about it at this time, because what I'm getting here, what I'm just getting intuitively, is basically being told through mediumship, is basically being told that it's a concept that you don't want to talk about your blessings because other people will basically kind of get jealous and put negative thoughts or negativity on you. They'll kind of go, oh, you know, I'm upset that they're doing well. I don't want them to do well. I hope they don't do well. So even though they don't physically necessarily do anything about it, there is that element here of, I'm going to hate on you because you're being successful. I'm jealous of you, so I'm going to hate on you. And I feel like holding back that kind of like admitting that you're being successful or admitting your goals or dreams will kind of protect them. It's like the idea that if you're winning, you keep your mouth shut because you don't know who's listening. You don't know who will like use that and try and upset the balance of things because they're jealous because their life's going to crap, you know. Instead of fixing their own life, they have to go make somebody else's life miserable. There is a movement here of like overcoming and feeling a little bit like you have almost like you got too much on your table right now. You're taking on too much. You're taking on too many loads, too much heaviness. And I feel like more than anything here, this is a little bit of like the continuation of going, you know what, I'm going to have to kind of take the blindfold off. I'm going to have to realize that I need to take care of myself. I need to kind of see this in a more positive direction, or I need to focus on this in a more positive direction. I need to start speaking up for myself in general. Because I feel like more than anything, by speaking up to yourself, you're valuing yourself. You're valuing what you have coming in. And I almost feel like there is an element here of you've been devaluing what you've been getting, what the kind of abundances you've been getting coming in. When realistically, if you ask yourself like 5 months down the line, 6 months down the line, 6 months ago, oh, you know, what do you think of this? You'd have been like, oh my God, you're doing so well. Like, I never thought I'd be able to do something like that. That's incredible. So there is an element here of you having to kind of take a step back and go, you know what? I'm really quite successful with this. I'm really doing well with this. And that's really going to help you instill that confidence, build those confidence, and build that momentum going forward. So I hope that helps you out, Taurus. We're going to go on to the next sign now, which is Gemini. So Gemini, what does Gemini need to know today? You're dealing with somebody here that's being very deceptive, and I feel like very arrogant. This is like somebody coming in saying, oh, you need to do this. I just want to push this person on the table. Like, I want to just go away, please. Just go away. Just go away. We don't need that. We don't need it. But yeah, you're dealing with this deceptive person coming in who's acting very arrogant, acting like they're better than everybody else. I feel like almost like there's an element here of you've been truthful with them, you've been telling them the truth, and they've been throwing it back in your face. I just almost want to shut them up. Like, I know that sounds rude, but I just want to shut them up. Like, they're just causing drama for you. They're just causing pain for you. They're almost like underestimating all the things that you've got coming for you. Like, they're focused on all their positivity, all what they have going on. But realistically, I feel like their life is a mess. So whoever this is, they like get some pleasure out of talking down to everybody else, making everybody else feel bad about their life. I just want to like throw them away kind of thing. I really do. And I feel like that's one of the things you're having to do here is block this person out and just walk away. Because they will kind of carry on being selfish and irresponsible of their actions, I want to say. I don't feel like this person's going to change anytime soon. You need to kind of cut them out. You need to kind of walk away from them and say, nah, I'm not dealing with you. There's definitely that element here. With the Sun card, I feel like in general you need a disconnection from them. You owe them nothing. Like, they do not own you. You owe them nothing, Gemini. You really owe this person nothing. And they are just draining. They're just the leech. Please just leave them alone. Just walk away from them. Because I feel like many of you Geminis are like, I can change them. You can't. They are happy how they are. They're happy being a terrible person. You know, you need to just walk away. They are not going to be good. They are not going to be healthy for you. They are not going to give anything to this. I don't feel like there's much more to say about this other than just walk away, Gemini. You just don't want to, I feel like, is the issue. You think you can change things, you can think you can smooth things over and you'll be all happy together and stuff. But sometimes a spade's a spade, and this person is so full of arrogance. It ain't gonna help you. It ain't gonna help you in any way, shape or form, you know. There is this element here though of you are kind of getting to a certain point here that you're having to disconnect from it. You've got so much value on the table for you. You've got so much value coming in, but you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it at all. You're not seeing it. I do feel like there is an element here though that you're having to walk away and knowing your own value, taking your own strength, taking your own strength going forward. So I feel like you're going to be so much better once you get rid of them. Point blank period. Just please do, but I feel like many of you Geminis are not going to. You're not going to listen to this. You're not going to do it. So if you are the Geminis that are strong enough to say no and strong enough to walk away, please let me know, because I feel like you are embracing a whole new start for yourself and a whole new beginning away from somebody that's basically taking advantage. So we're going to move on now to Cancers. So Cancers, what does the Cancers need to know today? What does Cancers need to know today? You've definitely lost out here. I feel like many Cancers, this is either financially or career-wise, something to do with your abundance. You've missed out, you've lost out on. All your hard work, it's kind of like you've put all this hard work into it and you haven't got what you deserve back. Don't just focus on what you were hoping to get from this, because I feel like many of you are focusing on the positives and you're not realizing the negatives that this would have brought around. It's a concept of like everybody wants to be famous until like they realize that you can't, like Mr. Beast can't even go to a store kind of thing, you know, those shenanigans. Like somebody who is really, really big and famous, like Beyonce or something like that, you know, they can't go to a shop, you know, they can't go and go, oh, I'm just gonna go to the, you know, to the McDonald's down the road and get some fries or something, you know. They can't do that because they'll get mobbed, you know. There is certain limitations to everything that we wish for in life, whether it's wealth, whether it's fame, whether it's a relationship, you know, etc. There is always some downsides, so you've got to realize that even if things played out exactly how you wanted it to, there would have been downsides to it. I know it sounds like I'm just trying to make a happy thing out of a bad thing, but we have to know that there is an ebb and flow to everything. You are going to get some positive communication coming in from a new direction, like taking you on a new direction. But I feel like there will be this element of here of you being a little bit like, should I walk away from this? Should I carry on going away from this? Or should I stick around this? I do feel like you're having to kind of walk away. No, there's nothing else you can do. And I feel like the issue here is whatever this was involved with didn't value you, was being very kind of almost like either literally being deceptive, or it would have caused you to be around deceptive people. So this is a drain. You need to take action towards, you know, walking away from this injustice, walking away from this unfairness, walking away towards something new. But I feel like part of you just doesn't want to do that right now. Part of you is so exhausted from the amount you've been trying, from the amount of hard work you've been putting in. Because Cancers, you have been putting in a lot of hard work, you have been trying really hard, and you've just not been getting back what you deserve. But once you do take action though, you're going to have to learn a whole new set of skills or a whole new ways to manifest forward or move forward. And this is going to help you to trust your own intuition and get balance back into your life. So it is a whole brand new way of seeing things, a whole brand new way of being, but it is going to pay off a lot as you kind of learn those new skills and take advantage of your new skills that you've built up. So I hope that helps you out though, Cancers. So we're going to move on now to the next reading, which is for Leos. 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 What does Leos need to know today? What does Leos need to know today? Dealing with that heartbreak here. Heartbreak and deception. I almost feel like many of you Leos are already like, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. I'm not going to care about this any longer. I'm walking away from this. I'm not going to be left out in the cold. I'm walking towards somebody or something that is going to not leave me out in the cold. Because whoever you were dealing with or whatever you were dealing with, I feel like some of you, this is an ex or it's just a situation. Whoever you were dealing or whatever you were dealing with just broke your heart. Just like caused you so much pain, so much anguish, so much fear, so much, bad energy surrounding it. And you're choosing to walk away from that. You're choosing towards like a whole new start, a whole new beginning with this. And I do feel like this is kind of bringing so much more value into your life. There is an element here though of you aren't really getting the value back to you yet. And I almost feel like you're being devalued still by those around you. This is almost like, I'm almost hesitant to say this is going to be long term. I don't feel like it's going to be. This is almost like just connected to this still. Sometimes when we deal with people who kind of break our hearts and make us feel worthless, that has like echoes like months or years down the line where we devalue ourselves or we make ourselves like smaller so we don't take up space, so we don't take up people's precious time. And I do feel like that's what you're doing here. You're still compressed a little bit. So you're having to let go of that heartbreak and it's helping you to decompress. I do feel like you're in the stages of decompression. You're decompressing yourself, expanding out, shining your light, showing off to the world, which is really good. But because you're still in that a little bit right now, there's going to be people around you and situations that are going to kind of see you as you're not fully embracing yourself, you're not fully valuing yourself, so therefore why should I? So be careful about that, be cautious about that while you're healing, while you're getting through this, because I feel like if you get involved in those situations where the people are behaving like that, it'll really negatively impact your healing and your ability to move on from this and move forward with your life. So be careful, be cautious about this, because I feel like that's going to help you worlds of difference. There is somebody a bit younger than you or immature than you that wants your help, wants to go on this journey with you, because they have their own like things that they need to discover about themselves, and they're trying to come in not only to support you but to support themselves. I would say embrace this. Either like they're literally younger than you or they have like a childlike energy, like they have like this, I like shiny things, I like fun things, I like having fun, childish aura. But the hard work and persistence will pay off. But I feel like here that you're having to kind of be honest with yourself and be real with yourself and say, okay, I opened the door for people to treat me badly, and I don't mean to blame you or anything like that, but I opened the door for other people to treat me badly by treating myself badly. And you're regaining that strength, you're regaining that Leo lion pride going forward to enable yourself to push forward and to continue on. But I don't feel like you've fully done all the hard work yet, and that's the reason why it's not paying off. So take the love of spirit and keep on building it up, Leos, and understand that is just temporary, and you will move forward and be able to connect with new people that will love and appreciate you. So we're going to go on to Virgos now. So what does Virgos need to know today? What does Virgos need to know today? So we have got the Justice card here. You are getting justice and you're seeking justice for yourself. You're like, that's going to be my firm in my corner, that I'm going to get justice. And I feel like with the reverse of the Empress card, this is because of somebody that was a false emperor or a false empress. They acted like they could do everything. They acted like everything was great. But it's almost like they only got to where they were by using or abusing other people. So you're kind of done with that now, Virgos. You're putting up your hands and saying, no, I'm not I'm not going to play that game any longer. I'm not going to play silly games with you. I'm going to get what I need. I'm going to continue on from here. I'm going to progress forward. You're not taking action yet, though. I feel like you're almost like planning in your head and go, you know what? I need to cut this person out. What shall I do? And then you're going to make them almost like an offer they can't refuse. And this is almost to both get them out of your life, but also get some payback for how they've treated you, how they've behaved. I am a little bit apprehensive about this because I do feel like they're going to try and not, like, take you up in the offer, like, not kind of pay you back for how they've behaved. And I feel like for many of you, they'll try and cut off from you. So they'll either try and avoid contact, or try and avoid you, or literally, like, just stop talking completely. But eventually they will have to deal with this, and eventually you will get your just desserts. I just don't feel like it's necessarily going to be instant because of their avoidance behaviour. This person is very arrogant. They think that if they avoid somebody for long enough, they'll just get away with it. But I feel like they don't realise that you really have either a solid contract or solid reasoning behind it of why you should get your money back, which will kind of force them to do it, force them to give you your money back, force you to, not even just necessarily money, but force them to give you back what you deserve, if that makes sense. But overall, I do feel like this is quite positive for you. It's just a bit of distraction, a bit of distraction, a bit of like aggro along the way to begin with. We're going to move on now to Libras. Just need some water. So Libras, what does Libras need to know today? What does Libras need to know today? I feel like many of you had been dealing, and I want to say had been, dealing with feeling a little bit left out. Either literally from family members not inviting you to stuff, or not being there for you, or just not being around in general. Or just generally kind of not treating you like you're part of the family or part of the team. Some of you might be friends, but I feel like most of you is family, not friends. But take it how it resonates. I do feel like you're getting stronger though. It's almost like you're like, I'm not going to let this bother me anymore. I'm not going to let this feeling of I'm being left out, I'm being ignored, I'm being forgotten. I'm not going to let that overwhelm me anymore. I'm going to fill my life through happiness and joy and things that excite me. And I do feel like with the King of Pentacles here, there is this element here of lack of worth. Almost like feeling unworthy or feeling like you don't have worth. I feel like though this is you overcoming this sadness, overcoming this pain a lot. But you have a lot to juggle here. You have a lot coming in all at once. So be careful with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Because you are trying to almost rebuild your life again. And then keep everything else, you know, going, moving forward with your career and the rest of your life. I do feel like you'll be offered something, a way forward here to sort it out a little bit, but you won't be really wanting to take this person up on their offer. And I feel like this is more to do with not trusting them, but they do care. They are trying to help you. They are legitimately trying. I feel like they have had bad behavior in the past, but this person is legitimately trying. So please do take them up on this offer, because it's really going to help you get out of the slump, get out of the issues, to just progress forward and move on. So, I hope that helps you out, Libras. We're going to move on now to Scorpios. So, Scorpios, what do you need to know, Scorpios? So, somebody's really not appreciating what you're bringing to the table here. And I don't feel like literally financially, this is more like emotionally, like you're being there for somebody, you're being supportive of somebody, and they just don't seem to care. They just really don't seem to care. There is this element here though of letting go, releasing. And I feel like that you're choosing to take action, choosing to walk away. choosing to, like, you've tried to communicate with this person and it hasn't worked. So now you're just choosing to walk away and carry on with your life. You're getting balance back in your life and trust your own intuition while you're trying to rebuild this. Because I feel like it is going to lead to a whole new beginning for yourself. And more security. But the only person who can free you from this is yourself. You're the one that's got to break the chains. You're the one that's got to kind of walk away from this. And choose you, basically. Choose a new start for you. So, I hope that helps you out, Scorpios. We're going to move on now to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know today? What does Sagittarius need to know today? You're starting to party and enjoy yourself today. Starting to have some fun again. This is after walking away from an old situation that was not serving you. But you're starting to have this brightness. You're starting to have this fun again. You're starting to kind of, you know what, relax a little bit. I feel like you've got some like financial protection here. I don't want to say abundance, although some of you will be abundance. Most of you will be more like the bills and stuff are going like steadily getting paid. You know, things are going up for you a little bit. There is this little bit of an element here of lack of self-work, like not really progressing forward. There's almost like a little bit of being devalued, but your hard work will pay off. You will go towards a whole new beginning here. And you will have some amazing connections coming in, people connecting with you and actually allowing you to kind of see things a little bit more clearly and allowing you to kind of express yourself more clearly in ways that I don't feel like you were allowed to before. It's almost like you were kind of kept back from really expressing how you thought or how you felt about things. And now that's being kind of removed and you're surrounding yourself with people who want to hear your legitimately true thoughts, your feelings. They want to know how you're feeling and how you're doing. So I hope that helps you out, Sagittarius. We're going to move on now to the next one, which is Capricorns. Capricorns. What do you need to know today, Capricorns? What do you need to know today, Capricorns? I feel like you're dealing with somebody in romance or in a love situation. If it's not love, it'll be like family, but I feel like for many of you, this is a love situation. Yeah, I'm getting heavily drawn to love situation more than anything. With this love situation, this person hasn't been putting the hard work or effort into this. They really haven't been choosing to, and so it's been causing issues of lack of movement forward, lack of progression. There has been a lot of communication coming in for you. And I feel like with the Sun card in reverse, this is after not having progression, not having people to connect with, not feeling like almost like it's not working out for me. Many of you as well, literally exhaustion, feeling like this exhaustedness of going, I've tried and I've tried and I've tried with this romantic person, and every time I try, it just drains me more. It's making you feel a little bit worthless here and not want to take any action, but the honest answer is they do see this as a serious relationship or a serious connection, but their own arrogance is stopping them, preventing them from really being in a good relationship with you or anybody. So I definitely feel like it's not you, Capricorns. It's more that they don't value real relationships or real connections. They just don't value it properly. And that caused like a huge amount of new issues and problems going forward, unfortunately. You will be offered something better though by somebody else later down the line. But understand you need to let this person go if they're not willing to put the hard work and effort in. Because otherwise it's just going to keep on draining you, unfortunately. So, I hope that helps you out, Capricorns. We're going to move on now to the next one, which is Aquarius. So Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know today? You're salvaging something from the past here. And it's helping you to guide you towards your new direction. I feel like you are being heavily guided by spirit as well. Towards your new start, towards your new direction in life. More than anything here though, it's all about how you choose to take action. I feel like is what's stopping you or slowing you down. How do I choose to go forward? How do I choose to take action? And I feel like more than anything here, this is almost an element of I'm not really in a place where I feel like I'm surrounded by people who support me. And I feel like that's the reason why you're rejecting any offers that are given. Even though I feel like the people around you do care about you, it's almost like they're too wrapped up in their own lives to really be able to function, really be able to come forward and be supportive for you. You'll be indecisive at the time of whether to cut them off or walk away and go towards something new. I definitely say you don't have to do, isn't like either I cut them off and walk away or I stay. It isn't either or. You can choose to kind of still have a connection with them and walk away anyway. And I do feel like that's what you're having to do here is go, look, I'll still care about you, but I'm walking away. So I do feel like that's going to help you a lot going forward though. So understand that sometimes we have to walk away to go towards something better for us and better for those that we are connecting with as well. So we're going to go on now to Pisces. So Pisces, what does Pisces need to know today? What does the Pisces need to know today? You're dealing with some security coming in for you. And this is because you're going to get balance back into your life. And I want to say going to. I don't feel like it's here yet. This is almost like either financial balance or work-life balance. Some of you, like, you haven't been kind of focused on the rest of your life other than work. Others of you, it's more to do with actually getting money in sort of thing to balance yourself out. But trust your own intuition this. Start reaching out people you think are going to be fun or interesting. And with the Star card here, I feel like as you kind of pull back your energy, that's when you're going to realise what other people offer you and what other people bring to the table. And actually how you can get balance back into your life. But I feel like your emotions are up and down at the moment, so that is causing some issues with trying to get that balance. So trying to see the positives of what's going on for you is going to help to balance those out. But you're going to have to get that balance first mainly. But really positive movement forward here, even though you feel like you can't overcome it right now. I feel like it's more to do with you can't see how you could move forward from this. You can't see how it would progress forward. And there is this lack of value, feeling like you don't have value or you're not valued. And that's more to do with confidence here. And I feel like you're going to build up that confidence over time. I just feel like for many of you, the lack of value here is almost like more to do with you're doing a lot of amazing stuff and you know you are, but you're not really valuing what you are doing. You're not really being like having the gratitude of going, if somebody else was in my position right now, they'd be over the moon. But because it's me, I'm like, well, I could have been doing better. I could have improved my life a lot better. I could have got better stats, or I could have got a better pay rise, or whatever it is. So it's almost like you're speaking yourself down, even though you've done good. So I hope that helps you out, Pisces. We're going to end it now, but I will see you again tomorrow.